Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Becoming the Sun with Joita. It is currently 1:11 as I hit record, and I am just so unbelievably excited to be here. Thank you for joining. I've taken quite a hiatus, and I'm just going to say it outright. 2025 has been the most transformative year for me, and I truly feel like I have quantum shifted, and I am so excited to share what I have been working on, what I have been doing behind the scenes, and I'd love to share some channeled messages through my guides to your beautiful heart. And I'm just so excited that you're here. So today's episode is a life update, but not in the typical sense. This isn't just about what's changed in my world, but it's also about what's changing in my inner world. And maybe in yours too, because the cosmic energies are palpable and we are definitely going through a shift. And if you are a sensitive, an empath, one who feels, you will know what I am talking about, because not only has it felt like time has just sped up absolutely tremendously, it feels like there is a lot that has surfaced for us to acknowledge and see. And I feel like there's been a reckoning, a global reckoning for friendship, for personal development, for releasing and clearing out any and all distortions that are preventing us from embodying all that it is that we're meant to embody. So if this resonates with you, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome back if you are a returning listener. Okay, you guys. So let's just dive in. So I started out 2025 with an engagement to my beautiful man, Troy. We got engaged in Sedona. And let me back up and share just a little, just a little silliness of this whole engagement process, because we went on vacation with his family to Europe and to the UK summer of 24. And we were in Paris, we were in Belgium, and we were in London. And in Belgium, he had gone to go get food one of the nights, and I was looking for a phone charger or something. And I had texted him, and I'm like, "Where's this charger?" And he's like, "Oh, it's in my bag." So I open the bag, and I see a ring box. And immediately, I'm like, "Oh my gosh." This is exactly what I did. I opened it. It was a flap. It was like a Velcro flap in like this pocket, not wrapped in anything, not, I'm thinking if, I'm just thinking if I were going to be proposing, I think I would try to conceal the box a little bit more, but it's just so sweet because honestly, it just tells me so much about Troy's like cute innocence. Anyway, but I digress. So yeah, the box, I just opened this Velcro pouch and it's just there. And yeah. So I immediately close it and I push it away from me, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I just saw the ring box. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. And we have been dating for 8 years. I started dating Troy in April of 2017. So, and it's currently 2025. And I've been putting pressure on this guy. I'm like, hey, babe, like, put a ring on it. Come on. What are we waiting for? So, like, when I saw that ring, it was just like this wave, and the girlies will get it, and the guys too, right? That like, it's a good feeling of, okay, all right, we're moving, right? We're moving in the right direction. Not that it really matters to me. I'm in full disclosure, we've been engaged. It's October. 8 months, and I have not planned anything or even thought of the wedding. It has like not been an interest of mine. I'm not really that kind of gal. I'm not. Um, I'm still trying to like figure out, well, I'll share more of maybe why I'm not traditional or into that, if you will. But we'll get into that momentarily. So yeah, I saw the ring box and I'm like, oh my goodness, I pushed it away. I did not open it because I felt so guilty. And in my mind, I'm immediately thinking, I ruined the surprise. How am I going to tell him? Am I going to tell him? Because I was just feeling all the emotions, right? And so yeah, he ended up coming home about like an hour later. It was the guys. It was him. It was Troy, his dad, and his brothers, and they went to go get us food because we were in this really beautiful town called Dients, Belgium, near Ghent. And it was this gorgeous Airbnb, but it was kind of away from, the city. So there wasn't easily access to food. So the guys literally had to go on an excursion at like 8 o'clock at night. So it was so fun. It was just such a fun experience. I love traveling. I love experiencing all the cultures, all the food, all the different types of people, dialects. Like, oh, it's just incredible. So they get back, and the whole time I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So I decide I'm just going to tell them because we already have, like, for me, honesty and transparency is the foundation of any relationship, especially now moving forward in my life. Like, I have gone through so much distortion and nonsense with interpersonal relationships that I'm like, hey, moving forward, so Troy included, it's all just like transparency. So he gets home and I think they brought home like this delicious pizza from this cute little shop that they had found. And we eat our pizza. And then I'm like, hey, babe, I had this vision. I was like, I'm going to take him outside and we're going to talk. So I was like, hey, babe, can we go outside and just have a chat? And it was really beautiful. So let me paint this image for you. So this Airbnb it was lakeside. It was on this like beautiful lake or pond. And there was like boats and a dock. And the backyard was all grass, beautifully landscaped with these really gorgeous and elegant landscaping lights along the sidewalk. And then obviously the house in the background is illuminated so beautifully. So I was like, let's just take a walk outside and enjoy the beautiful view, look at the beautiful river, just enjoy the evening. And we're standing outside and I'm like, hey, babe, I'm like, you are so silly. Because I'm like, how am I going to bring up this conversation? I feel so awkward. But I wanted to tell him that I found it because it's like, I can't fake seeing it when I've already seen it. I don't know. I just wanted to be honest. So he's like, what do you mean? Because I told him he was so silly. And I was like, babe, I found the ring box. And he's like, no way. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, I think he's like, did you open it? And I'm like, no, of course I didn't open it. I was like, I pushed it away, and I was like, so badly, I wanted to like tell his mom because right at the time when I like saw the box, she had walked by the room that we were staying in, and a part of me was like, does she know? Is she in on it? Like, so I almost told her, but something was telling me like just to sit and chill, and I was like, I almost told your mom, and he's like, my parents have no idea, and I'm like, what? So cute little incident that happened, and so yeah. Cut to, so that was, what was that? August. Cut to February 14th to be exact. We just made a fun Valentine's date to go to Sedona for the day, and we went to our favorite French resort bistro, and we had a really lovely lunch, creekside, listening to the gorgeous soothing water, gazing out onto the red rocks. And then after lunch, we took a walk along the stream. And he and I both, we love nature. We love being out in nature, especially Sedona. The frequency of Sedona is just, exquisite and relaxing. So we're just walking around, and I'm on these beautiful red rocks, like in the creek, like these massive red rocks. And I'm just standing and looking around. And I was like, what do you want to do? Do you want to look around? And he was like, well, let's stay here for a moment. And I'm just gazing out, and I turn around, and he's on one knee. I don't even remember what he says because I got so excited and so giddy and obviously so emotional. And he proposed, and obviously I said yes. And it was such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment. Literally walking on clouds, just thinking back to that moment, it's like I also felt in that moment too, just so loved. And I know that our angels and guides and all our beautiful spiritual team was just surrounding us in that moment of just celebration and unity and love because I love this man. Oh, I love him so much. So that was an absolute milestone, and it was so beautiful. And yeah, I haven't publicly shared the story, so that was the story. And then, so that was February, and then in May, I began studying quantum healing hypnosis technique. As you know by now, if you've been listening to my episodes, you know that I'm such a nerd for everything metaphysical, everything related to self-mastery, knowing thyself, learning about the new earth, how we can shift into love, and basically becoming the best versions of ourselves, and recognizing also that free will is a thing, and that every single day, from the micro choices we make in the morning, from, what am I going to drink or eat for breakfast, to the macro choices of which direction do I want to go in my life, or how am I going to be, what are my goals for this month? Those things influence every single choice that we make, influences, right? So I love studying that type of concept and quantum physics and all of those things. And so I've been studying, like, casually. When I say studying, I mean, like, I love always studying something. I'm always interested in learning more and just expanding my consciousness, expanding my understanding about everything from our cosmic origin to, spirituality. I've been getting a lot more into yoga and actually really loving it, not focusing on the poses to get them perfect, but focusing on how it feels in my body when I am moving through these emotions, and or moving through these poses rather. And it's just so, oh my goodness. Okay, but let me get back on track. So in May, I decided, after 2 years of listening to Dolores Cannon's teachings, I decided to take the plunge and start my quantum healing hypnosis training, because listening to her lectures just cracked something open for me. And it almost felt like, not that I was necessarily learning something new, but I was remembering. I can't really wrap my mind around it, but it was this insatiable desire. And I would go, I don't know what was going on with me, but let's imagine, in Arizona, our summers are so hot. I live in the valley. So imagine it's like 112, 114, 116, and I'm out walking these suburban streets in my community, just listening to hours of her lectures, of Dolores Cannon's lectures. So I just have been always interested in her, from everything from, like, the volunteers that have come to Earth to help ascend, humanity, and help to seed light into the expansion of consciousness, and soul contracts, and why our souls come to Earth, and why we have the parents that we do, and really understanding these things on such a deep level. I was like, I need to learn. I need to learn. I need to learn more. And it was just boom. I just needed to learn more. So yeah, I started my training, and by June, I was seeing clients. I was already done with my training. I was already officially an intern, done with all my coursework, and through June to now, I am a level 2 practitioner, and it just feels like an adventure of a lifetime. I have had the most profound experiences. I've had the honor of helping beautiful souls connect with their infinite inner knowing, and helping them receive clarity, guidance, and answers to things that they have been weighing on their hearts, or situations that they haven't yet been able to break free from, guidance on their career and where they should move forward in their lives. The most profound, beautiful healing. I have had clients connect with loved ones that passed away. I had them connect with them in source. A few of my clients have actually gone to source to reunite with loved ones. I'm telling you, you guys, this is the most profound, beautiful work. And for those of you, let me rewind too. I know I'm going so deep right now. QHHT, or Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique, is a healing hypnotherapy technique that was developed by Dolores Cannon after 45 years of research and studying. And essentially, what this technique allows a client to do is, it allows them to access that deeper part of themselves, their higher self, or their subconscious, but not as the subconscious is defined by modern psychology, but the subconscious that is connected to source, that is connected to all that is benevolent, infinite wisdom. This technique allows people to access that wisdom. And the most beautiful thing is that, as a QHHT practitioner, I am just a guide that helps this information come to the surface. So clients will come, we will sit and we'll talk about, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'll get to know their life, get to know exactly what it is that they're interested in learning about themselves, or anything, honestly, anything from finances to personal life to their future to their children. Honestly, every topic has been discussed. And yeah, so there's no limits. And then I guide them, I guide them into a meditative state. They lay down comfortably. It's a very delicate, beautiful, gentle process. I just guide them into a visualization and ask them questions. And I allow the opportunity for that higher wisdom to come through. And when it does, it has been, I think miraculous is the only word that I can use to describe it. And for many months, I have been working with these and so since June, so it's been 4 months now since I've had this opportunity to facilitate these sessions. And just this week, I had my own experience, and I'm absolutely mind blown. Actually, it's been a series of sessions through a few were facilitated from a few of my practitioner friends, and the most recent one I was actually facilitating for a fellow intern slash friend, this beautiful soul, and her. Through her session, I learned about my cosmic origin, and oh my goodness. So basically, I learned previously that I am a second waver from a previous session. And what a second waver is, it's basically a volunteer. I'm a volunteer. It's souls that came to volunteer on Earth to help Earth ascend. Because we got the call, the Earth was in trouble, and we volunteered to come and seed light. And let me give a little bit more information on the volunteers, specifically the 3 waves of volunteers. Dolores Cannon, through decades of her quantum healing hypnosis sessions, discovered a repeating theme. She was noticing that souls incarnating on Earth, she discovered that there are souls that are incarnating on Earth with the express mission to assist humanity during a time of great transition. And she identified these souls in 3 primary waves. So the first wave, these were the pioneers that came post-World War II through the 1970s. The second wave, which are known as the frequency holders, were born approximately in the late 1970s to the late 1980s, and early 90s too, though it's not super rigid. And then the third wave are the New Earth Blueprint kids. Crystalline, indigo, rainbow children born in the 90s and onward. And I learned through a QHHT session that I am a second wave volunteer. So key traits, you might identify with this. If you identify with this, you might be a second wave as well. So typically the key traits for a second waver is that they don't want to be here. Many second wavers feel deeply out of place on Earth, and it's common for them to say things like, I don't understand this world, why is it so violent, or I want to go home, I just don't know where that is. Another trait of the second wavers is they have very little karma. These are often the clean slate souls who haven't incarnated on Earth before, or at least not too many times. They come from higher dimensional realms, star systems, or non-physical collectives. And because of this, they do not carry a heavy karmic load, and their mission isn't necessarily to resolve personal issues, it's to anchor light and to raise frequency. And another trait is that they are here to affect the collective frequency through presence, not doing. Dolores says herself, quote, second wavers don't have to, quote, do anything. Their energy shifts and uplifts the planet simply by being here, unquote. And many second wavers feel guilty for not doing enough or being activists or spiritual leaders, but they're often quiet, solitary, and they're gentle souls who transmit peace through their very vibration. And another fact or another key trait is they tend to avoid conflict and often feel hypersensitive. So they're empaths, they're deep feelers, and they're often deeply disturbed by violence, cruelty, or even strong emotions. Many of them withdraw from the world as a coping mechanism. And they're not weak, they're just wired differently. And they're frequency sensitive for a reason. Ultimately, they are a bridge between worlds. And the purpose of the second wave is essentially the earth is ascending into a new vibratory octave, what Dolores calls the new earth. They're here to bridge the gap between the dense 3D realm and the finer 5D energy, a new kind of being that had to arrive, one who could transmute frequency but wouldn't get entangled in the karmic loops. One who could transmute frequency, but that wouldn't get tangled or entangled in the karmic loops of humanity. So essentially, if you resonate with this, you might be a second wave. And some challenges that second wavers may face are feelings of loneliness and alienation, self-judgment for not doing enough, sensitivity to negativity, electromagnetic frequencies, or even time itself, and being misunderstood by family, culture, or systems. And yet, many of these challenges are built into their soul contracts to keep them anchored in their unique frequency. So if you're resonating with this, and if you've ever felt like you didn't quite belong, or that you sense that your soul came here with a sense of purpose, or if you sense that your soul came here with a purpose beyond what the world has told you, you may very well be part of something so vast and so sacred, what Dolores called the first, second, or third wave of volunteers. And if you feel called to explore this more deeply, I would be honored to hold space for you in a QHHT session. My information will be in the show notes. You can find me on Instagram at Becoming the Sun with Joita. And I'd be honored to guide you because these sessions serve as a springboard to your own transformation. Because everything that we want to achieve, we can, and that begins within us. And more so recently, my heart has opened so wide, and so I feel that we are all here to awaken, to expand, and to remember. And whether you're in the thick of the transformation or just beginning the spiritual journey, the inward journey to yourself, I see you and I feel you. And if any of this resonated, please know that you are not alone. And if you would like a QHHT session, I am available and my information is in the show notes. So just know that you are so loved. And the last thing and the most profound thing that I just wanted to share, because I think it is so unbelievably incredible, is with this last QHHT session, I learned that I actually have cosmic origin, that I volunteered as in, when I was, it's so crazy to even, it's so crazy to even say this out loud. I'm still integrating this myself, but I just wanted to get this out. There was a part of me that was like, maybe I should hold off on sharing this information because even my human brain is having difficulty wrapping itself around I can't wrap my mind. But ultimately, I learned that I am of Syrian cosmic origin and that my soul, I was a baby ET, and my soul heard the call that Earth was in trouble and was looking for volunteer souls to come and seed light. And my parents did not want me to go. My ET parents did not want me to go, but they had to respect the law of free will. And the other day, through a QHHT session, my ET mother came through, and it was an extremely, I can't even explain, heartwarming, emotional experience. But she shared with me that my mission is to help people see the light, and that there are so many people, so many ETs that are getting stuck on Earth in the wheel of karma, because when we are incarnated on Earth, the veil of forgetfulness falls upon our eyes and we forget everything. We come to Earth for so many reasons, and we have missions, and the distortion and the density and the darkness can make us forget. And because this is the land of free will, we are able to make choices. And that my purpose of being here is to help people see the light, to open their hearts, and to ascend, and for the planet to ascend. Because Earth was never meant to be this dense. It was never meant to have so much violence and darkness and distortion. And it is up to us, each individually, to be the light. First, it begins with being the light within ourselves. First, it begins with loving the self. First, it begins with honoring the self. Because when we truly love ourselves, when we love our brains, when we love our bodies, when we love every shred of our being in full acceptance, in full understanding that everything that has ever happened to us happened for us, and that everything is a choice, when we can remember that our power is inherent and our worth is inherent, then we never want to hurt anybody else. Because when we truly love ourselves, we see everybody around us as a part of us. That is what I am here to seed during this mission, during this incarnation. So if you are hearing this message and if this resonates with you, you might be a volunteer as well. And I'm just so unbelievably honored, because my entire life I have felt so alone, in the sense that I don't understand why there's so much darkness. I don't understand why for so many years I was always told that I was too sensitive or too much. And I have so many sensitivities in my emotions. I feel emotions very heavily, and I am very affected by the energy of others. And for years, I just tried to numb it. I tried to numb it. And I also have a podcast that I started with a QHHT practitioner and a fellow friend, beautiful soul, Lavender Loveway, and it's called the Quantum Lounge. And it's basically where analytical and spiritual minds meet. We talk about everything from quantum healing to inner child healing to surrender, everything in between. It's a beautiful space. But in one of those discussions that I was having with Lavender, we were talking about the earth and how each of us have a role that we play, and that how everything begins with us. So that is what has been going on in my life. And I'm just very grateful. And for anyone who might be listening that is maybe going through something difficult, navigating discomfort, I want to share this message with you. You are not broken. You are blooming. The pain you feel is not proof that you failed. It's proof that you are alive in a world that is remembering itself. You came not to escape the earth, but to re-enchant it. Even in your stillness, your light is doing more than you know. Trust that. When you walk with integrity, the stars realign to meet you. Your authenticity is the offering. You do not need to be louder. You only need to be true. And those meant to find you will. I hope that message landed in your heart with love and with peace and with grace. And thank you so much for being here today and listening. And I'm so excited for what's to come. So thank you for being here. I love you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful day.